Hey everybody, Laura St. John here from Strong Confident Living with a powerful broadcast on redefining your relationship with food, making this into a simpler, healthy lifestyle for yourself, and putting you on an incredible track, whether you want to lose weight, feel better in your own skin, whatever your goal is. The question is, what labels do you judge food around? In your household, when you're out and about, do you ever say, I was so bad this weekend, or I had a cheat meal, or I was so good, I'm so on track? Do you ever use those labels around food? And if you do, hey Jane, hey guys, as you're tuning in, hey Allie, good to see you. Guys, let me know if you have ever really judged yourself around food. Have you ever said those words, I cheated, or I shouldn't have had that? Do you bite into something cringing, like slapping yourself in your brain about, oh, I shouldn't be eating this right now? Well, then this broadcast is for you. This is gonna be game changer. I get messages from around the world from people who say, these labels and how you had me flip these labels changed my life. So thank you for being here. Hey everybody, love it, love it, love it, love it. And share this broadcast out. We are a lifestyle community that is growing globally thanks to you sharing these broadcasts when you're feeling inspired. Strong Confident Living is a lifestyle community of fitness, nutrition, and mindset. We weave those three things together to turn up some lives. We call it the up spiral. And we want to live really centered and grounded in the land of strong and confident, which is very not swaying towards, oh, I've been so good. Oh, I've been so bad. Oh, I've cheated. No, I'm right on track, because that sets you up for a major emotional roller coaster. It sets you up for a major dieting mentality, which usually ends up in a crash. Okay, so we are going to change all this one person at a time. This is gonna start to show you how you can go from a 6-week challenge into a lifestyle approach. This is gonna be the introduction for giving you the tool set to make this lifestyle, to make this sustainable for you. So I'm gonna walk you through some basic steps that may blow your mind, because these are some things that you may be doing without even realizing it, okay? So, and it can change everything. So do you stare at food ever being like, oh, I can't have that, it's bad? Or, you know, feeling like when that dessert tray goes by that it is like a pit in your stomach, or that it's controlling you and your emotions. This is gonna change all of that. So the number one thing of 4 things that I want you to think about is your judgment around food. And we're gonna get deeper, we're gonna take a deeper dive. I'm gonna walk you through 4 quick tips right now. But just know that this week is to just set the stage for making this lifestyle. We've gone through, you know, simple 6 meal plan, how to cleanse, bedtime belly buster, you know, creating your path of where you wanna be in the next 6 weeks. Next week, we're diving into attitude week, where you become boss of you. And I'm gonna touch upon it right now, because if food controls you and you're constant in this power struggle of you versus you, and this is bad, so I must be bad if I'm eating it. I'm just gonna touch upon it right now, because how you judge your food is most likely the reflection of how you're judging yourself. Okay, so if you are in the mirror and you're feeling bad about yourself, you're likely looking at food and saying, when I have that chocolate cake, I feel bad about myself. We're gonna take, like I said, a deeper dive into this, but the emotional connection and how we label food is completely connected in our brains and how we feel about the emotions behind it. We're gonna do 85% healthy, 15% fun. I love that, I just picked up a magazine this past week. I posted it here in the community. I call it healthy-ish. Okay, be healthy-ish, because healthy-ish, that ish allows in for the 15% fun, which is sustainable. So I'm gonna share with you how to make 15% fun quantifiable for your brain, who loves to measure, and how to weave in the fun guilt-free. So first, I do want you to think about that though. You know, do you label yourself as good and bad? And can you catch yourself moving forward saying, oh my gosh, I just said this makes me feel bad, or I'm being bad, or I cheated, or I was so bad when I drank 2 glasses of wine this weekend. And guys, we're gonna get into willpower week. We're just getting started on this 6-week challenge. So know this is, again, just the introduction of flipping basic labels. So this is what I want to share with you. There's no good and there's no bad around food, okay? Good and bad really only exist as emotions in your own brain. And being good and saying like, I am so on track is just as bad for you as saying bad. Okay, it is just as ineffective, because look at what good does. It says, well, then when I'm not eating these things and when I'm not being super duper healthy, then I must be being bad. I must be cheating on myself. And that's not true. Food does not have any emotion. Okay, food is not staring there laughing at you. It may feel like that, but that's just you. So we're gonna bring it down over the 6-week challenge into the land, like I said, of the strong and confident, where you are centered, strong, confident, grounded, healthy, active, fit, and happy. Okay, the swing does not happen down here. The swing, if you're teeing yourself up for, I'm gonna be so strict, okay, is going to set you up for the roller coaster ride. These downs and these ups, if you turn this into a spiral, become really like strong, and they come back with a vengeance. So we're gonna change that, and we're gonna bring you here to that really strong, confident point of view. And it's an attitude, and it just shifts over these 6 weeks. That's why it's so game changing. So one, how do you judge your food, and are you willing to replace the labels? So instead of saying good, just say healthy. Healthy exists like here, but it brings you here. It brings you more centered, because healthy is just healthy. Okay, but bad, we're no longer gonna use any negative words around food. You're gonna drop the negative emotional baggage around food by getting rid of the cheating and bad words and negative words that make you feel bad about eating. And we're gonna bring it back to strong and confident centered by saying, you know what, this is fun. This is no longer good. Good is now healthy, and this is no longer bad. Bad is now fun. So commit to making your life healthy-ish by saying, I will follow the strong, confident living way of 85% healthy, 15% fun. So now I'm gonna help you quantify that, okay? Because what is 85-15? My brain's like, okay, well, what is that? It is healthy-ish. It is a little bit, I call it a little bit, a little bit. It's a sprinkle of fun here and there. Okay, it is not eating the whole cake. It's like cutting a piece of the cake, cutting it in half, and maybe even cutting it in half again, or having 2 bites of the cake. It is one of 7 choices. So if you're looking at 7 food choices, 15% fun is 1 out of 7 mathematically. So just know, okay, well, what does that actually mean? It means a sprinkle. So if you are having a loaded baked potato, you know, it may just be that you are having an amazing baked potato, but maybe for you, the sprinkle of cheese is part of your fun. Okay, now how do you know, indicator light, how well you're doing with this in the land of strong and confident and centered? You know by how you feel. Okay, if you're sprinkling cheese on and being like, oh shoot, I shouldn't be doing this, slap, 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 and all your self-talk in your head is beating yourself up, this is where you need to get to the work and say, and broaden it, lighten up on yourself. Okay, this is not our strong, confident living is not a community of beating yourselves up. It is a community of patting yourselves on the back, being like, OMG, I'm excited about this cheese. If this cheese is not exciting me, adding it to my potato right now, then better off just like waiting to have my 15% fun somewhere else that's gonna make me feel good. Okay, and you're going to keep recognizing it. Awareness is the first step. Just recognizing, okay, I'm about to have one of my faves, Gone Bananas, these little chocolate covered, I know I could make them, but I like to just buy them, these little chocolate covered banana slices, frozen, okay, they're good. 1 or 2 of those is my 15% fun, and I'm done. Okay, so it's just a little bit, but if I was about to dive into this, or like, if I saw it as good or bad, then I'm more likely to have 5 or 6 of them and feel guilty, and then want to start to get healthier the next day, you know, or I'll say I'll be good tomorrow, or I'll start on Monday. This is the pattern that goes over and over and over again for people. So again, we'll dive deeper into this because you're gonna have tremendous life-changing shifts when you just start to recognize, I wanna be healthy, I wanna be fun, I wanna make this lifestyle, and I don't wanna get stuck in a pattern of constantly beating myself up and then getting super strict on myself. That is strong, confident living, where you erase those labels. Those labels exist on you, and then you're mirroring them with food, okay? So that's huge. So if it's not making you feel good, don't eat it at the moment. Just be like, pat yourself on the back and be like, I'm aware of that. Holy crap, that food, instead of like making me feel good is making me feel really guilty and shameful. I'm just gonna put it aside right now and I'm gonna let this feeling pass through me and I'm gonna work on it during the 6-week challenge. And you go back to our original broadcast, the goals worksheet, where you're like, what are the 3 consistent things I'm doing during this challenge to make it like simple? And let me just redirect myself, okay? And don't beat yourself up. But if, like I said, if having a little bit of chocolate or a nice delight or a little sprinkle of cheese or whatever it is that's your definition of fun, if it's just a little bit and it puts a smile on your face, this is not about deprivation. This is about enjoying life. And that's why this turns into lifestyle, because 15% fun is life. It is going to the wedding and having the glass of wine or 2. It is, enjoying your friend's birthday cake and not beating yourself up afterwards. It's enjoying life in a strong and confident way. Okay? So if it's giving you happy feelings, that's when you know you're right on track. Okay? And then physically, science shows that you can't be 85% fun and only 15% healthy. That is when things get really, not so great for your body. But don't deprive yourself of the fun. If you have a lot of weight to lose, or if you've been beating yourself up, every time you feel shameful and guilty feelings around your 15% fun, that you, like I mentioned, earlier in the broadcast this week, the you that you want to become, that slender, kick-ass, lean and mean tone version of you, literally runs and hides. So every time you beat yourself up, that future version of you is like, nope, don't come out. Don't come out of the woodwork. She's stuffing me back in the closet. Okay? No. So stop beating yourself up is really a huge point of this. We are going to close the gap over the next 6 weeks of where you stand today and how you really judge yourself around food, labels, healthy, fun, good and bad. I want you to rip them open with me, okay? And notice them when you're out and about this weekend. If you are out and about and you hear your friend being like, ugh, I was so bad last night, I drank this, I ate that, then stop them in their tracks. Share this broadcast with them. Tag them in this community and say, I thought of you. And recognize that you are an example of what is possible for your community, for yourself, for your kids. And this is far-reaching. This is very far-reaching. So just commit to yourself today that I'm going to work on this in 6 weeks. And then by the end of 6 weeks, I am going to be on this smooth lifestyle track towards optimal health and wellness. I'm going to be becoming an example of what is possible for my kids and my community. And I'm going to rock this thing, this strong, confident lifestyle thing. We're going to weave in all these incredible tools and we're going to do it together. So thanks guys for sharing this broadcast. This tees us up for next week. It is Attitude Week next week, where we talk about what I just talked about on a much deeper dive. And then we get into Willpower Week, the you versus you. Bam, 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 that old you that's fighting, being like, no, 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 let me survive. And the new you that's like, no, 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 this is the direction we're going. Stop looking backwards. So we're gonna crush through this together. Keep adding people to Strong Confident Living community. Tune into our amazing worldwide workout today. We've got awesome hundreds of workouts for you, but today's gonna be such a fun plank one. I'm a little nervous. And just thanks for spreading the love. I really appreciate it. Love you guys. Have a great weekend.